There's a reason some women captivate effortlessly, without begging for attention, without chasing, without needing to prove anything. They radiate something that goes beyond looks, beyond words, beyond effort. It's their energy. A woman who masters the art of detachment is not cold. She is not distant. She is in complete control of her inner world. She understands that she is the source, not the seeker. And because of this, men find themselves pulled into her orbit, compelled, intrigued, unable to ignore the silent force of her presence. Why? Because detachment is the ultimate expression of self-worth. Think about it. When something is rare, it becomes valuable. When something is too available, it loses its appeal. This is not a game, it's human psychology. Men are wired to seek what they feel they cannot fully possess. A detached woman is not one who doesn't care. She's a woman who refuses to place her happiness in someone else's hands. She does not wait for a text to feel validated. She does not need constant reassurance to feel beautiful. She does not fear loss because she operates from a place of abundance, not scarcity. And here's the paradox. When a woman lets go, when she stops chasing, when she releases the need for control, that's when she gains it. Men can sense it, they feel the shift. She is no longer reacting, she is creating. She is no longer reaching, she is receiving. And that energy is magnetic. Because deep down, men don't want a woman they can possess too easily. They crave a woman whose presence is a privilege, not an expectation. So if you want to be the woman a man can't resist, don't give your power away. Detach, not with bitterness, but with confidence, not with fear, but with faith. Because the moment you do, he will feel it, he will notice it, and he will chase the woman who no longer needs chasing. When a woman embodies detachment, she taps into an invisible force, an energy that cannot be faked, forced, or imitated. It is the kind of presence that doesn't demand attention, but effortlessly commands it. This is energetic magnetism, the silent yet powerful pull that makes people, especially men, gravitate toward her. Everything in this world operates on energy. People may not always understand it, but they feel it. They pick up on confidence, desperation, certainty, and doubt, even without a word being spoken. A woman who is detached moves differently. She is centered, not seeking approval or validation. She doesn't overextend, overexplain, or overcompensate because she knows her value is not in how much she gives, but in who she is. Men are drawn to this energy in the same way they are drawn to a challenge, to something rare, to something they cannot immediately possess. A detached woman doesn't create attraction by withholding love or attention. She creates it by being fully rooted in herself. She is not anxious about how she is perceived, nor does she shapeshift to fit someone else's desires. Instead, she becomes the woman who stands firm in her essence, allowing those who recognize her worth to step forward, while she remains completely unshaken by those who don't. This kind of energetic pull is not about manipulation, it is about alignment. When a woman learns to redirect her energy inward instead of outward, she naturally becomes magnetic. She is no longer chasing, and in turn, she becomes the one who is pursued. The shift is subtle yet undeniable. Men can't resist it, not because she is playing hard to get, but because she is already hard to forget. There is nothing more captivating than a woman who is emotionally independent. She is the woman who does not seek constant reassurance, who does not depend on a man to regulate her emotions, and who does not attach her happiness to someone else's presence or absence. She is whole within herself, and that wholeness makes her irresistible. Men are instinctively drawn to women who carry an air of self-sufficiency, not because they want to be ignored or shut out, but because emotional independence signals strength, confidence, and depth. It tells a man, I desire you, but I do not need you. And that is powerful. Neediness repels. It creates pressure, expectation, and a sense of obligation. But a woman who is emotionally free radiates something different. She offers love without attachment, connection without dependence, presence without possession. She does not crumble when a man pulls away, nor does she grasp tighter in fear of losing him. Instead, she allows the natural flow of relationships to unfold, trusting that what is meant for her will stay and what is not will leave. This kind of detachment is not coldness, it is self-respect. It is the deep knowing that she is responsible for her own inner peace, that no man has the power to dictate her self-worth, and paradoxically, this independence makes men want to be closer to her. They feel safe in her presence, not burdened by expectation, but inspired by her strength. A woman who masters emotional independence shifts the entire dynamic of attraction. She is not chasing validation because she already knows who she is. She is not begging for love because she is love. And the moment a man senses that she is happy with or without him, he finds himself wanting nothing more than to be the reason she chooses to stay. What is rare is valued, what is always available is taken for granted. This is an undeniable truth in human nature, and it applies to relationships just as much as it does to anything else. When a woman understands this, she stops overextending, stops proving, stops trying to earn love, because she realizes that her presence is the gift, not something to be bartered or begged for. Scarcity does not mean playing games, withholding affection, or creating artificial distance. It means knowing your worth so deeply that you refuse to overgive in the hopes of being chosen. It means having the self-control to walk away from situations that do not honor you. It means recognizing that a man values what he has to invest in, and if something is handed to him too easily, he instinctively doubts its worth. When a woman detaches, she shifts the dynamic. She no longer gives unlimited access to her time, energy, and emotions without first seeing if a man has earned that level of closeness. She does not text back instantly every time. She does not rearrange her schedule to accommodate someone who hasn't proven they deserve that priority. She does not over-explain, overcompensate, or overstay in places that drain her. Instead, she moves with quiet confidence, allowing space for a man to step up, and if he doesn't, she keeps moving. This scarcity creates intrigue. It forces a man to ask himself, what makes her so secure? Why isn't she chasing like everyone else? What would it take to keep her? Suddenly, he is investing, he is pursuing, he is valuing her in a way he never would have if she had handed herself over too easily. Because a woman who values herself automatically becomes valuable. She doesn't beg to be chosen, she chooses. And when a man realizes that her presence is not guaranteed, that she will not stay simply out of fear of being alone, he understands that keeping her is a privilege, not a given. And that is when she becomes truly irresistible. Confidence is not loud, it does not need to announce itself. It is felt, absorbed, and responded to on a subconscious level. When a woman moves through the world with quiet certainty, when she carries herself as if she already knows she is enough, people, especially men, feel it before she ever says a word. The subconscious mind is constantly scanning for cues. It picks up on body language, tone, eye contact, and even the spaces between words. A woman who is detached radiates an energy that is unmistakable. She does not fidget nervously in conversation. She does not over-explain herself. She does not try to convince anyone of her worth. Instead, she embodies a deep, unshakable knowing. She is the prize, and she does not need to prove it. Men respond to this confidence instinctively. They may not be able to articulate why, but they feel a shift when they are in the presence of a woman who is truly secure. She is not anxiously seeking their validation. She is not afraid of silence. She does not fear rejection because she understands that rejection does not define her. And that fearlessness, that inner calm, it is intoxicating. Desperation pushes men away. It triggers their flight response, making them feel smothered, pressured, or obligated. But confidence, true confidence, does the opposite. It draws them in. It challenges them. It makes them want to earn a place in her world rather than being handed access without effort. A woman who exudes this level of certainty does not chase, she does not cling, she does not crumble when faced with distance. Instead, she remains steady, knowing that what is meant for her will always be drawn to her. And in that steadiness, she becomes irresistible. There is nothing more attractive than freedom, true, effortless, unshaken freedom. When a woman detaches, she moves as though she belongs to no one but herself. She is not bound by fear, not driven by need, not tethered to someone else's choices. She chooses, not from desperation, but from desire. And that level of self-possession is magnetic. Men are drawn to women who feel free within themselves, not free in the sense of being unavailable or emotionally distant, but free in the sense that they are whole, complete, and unfazed by external circumstances. A woman who embodies freedom does not wait for a man's attention to feel validated. She does not place the weight of her happiness in someone else's hands. She does not grip tightly in fear of loss. Instead, she exists in a state of flow, open, yet unattached, present, yet unburdened by expectation. This freedom is intoxicating because it removes pressure. It shifts the dynamic from one of need to one of pure attraction. When a man senses that a woman is happy with or without him, it triggers something deep within him, the desire to step closer, to understand her, to be part of what makes her so content. Not because she needs him, but because she has created a life so rich that he wants to be a part of it. Freedom signals confidence, abundance, and self-trust. It tells the world, I am complete. My happiness is my own. Love is something I choose, not something I chase. And that kind of woman, one who moves through life unattached to outcomes, yet fully engaged in the present, is the one who lingers in a man's mind long after she's gone, because she is not just a person he desires, she is an experience he cannot forget. Detachment is often misunderstood. Some mistake it for indifference, as if to be detached means to be cold, unfeeling, or distant. But true detachment is not about shutting down emotions. It is about mastering them. It is the ability to be fully present in love, to give without fear, to engage without grasping, and to walk away without collapsing. It is the highest form of self-possession, the purest expression of emotional mastery. A detached woman is not someone who doesn't care. She cares deeply, but she does not cling. She experiences love fully, but she does not let it define her. She allows herself to feel, but she does not let her emotions control her. This kind of mastery is rare, and because it is rare, it is deeply attractive. Men are instinctively drawn to women who can hold their own emotional center. A woman who is detached does not crumble when a man pulls away. She does not beg for attention, nor does she react impulsively to his every move. She understands that attachment creates fear. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of being alone, and fear is the quickest way to repel love. Instead of operating from fear, she operates from trust. Trust in herself, trust in her worth, trust that what is meant for her will always be drawn to her. She does not chase because she understands that chasing is a symptom of lack. She does not try to control because she knows that real love cannot be forced. And in doing so, she creates space. Space for a man to miss her, to long for her, to realize that she is not like the rest, because while others react, she remains still. While others grasp, she lets go, and in that letting go, she becomes unforgettable. Detachment is not the absence of love, it is the presence of power. And a woman who masters this will never have to chase, because she will always be the one who is pursued. Men can't resist women who detach. There is an undeniable force that draws people in, a silent yet powerful energy that cannot be explained, only felt. It is the energy of a woman who is in control, not of others, not of circumstances, but of herself. A woman who has mastered the art of detachment. This is not about playing games. It is not about manipulation or pretending to be something you're not. It is about understanding the simple truth that what is rare is valued and what is freely given is often taken for granted. A woman who detaches is not closing herself off. She is simply refusing to give her power away. She is no longer moving from a place of fear, fear of loss, fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough. Instead, she moves from a place of certainty. She knows her worth, and because she knows it, others recognize it too. Men are drawn to this energy in ways they cannot explain. They sense it when she does not rush to reply to every message, when she does not alter her life to accommodate someone who has yet to earn that place. They feel it in her presence, in the way she holds herself, in the way she allows things to unfold without force or desperation. She does not need to chase, because she understands that anything truly meant for her will always find its way to her. When a woman masters detachment, she becomes a force of nature. She is present but never needy, engaged but never dependent, loving but never afraid to walk away. And in that state, she triggers something powerful in a man, the realization that he must step up, that he must earn his place in her world, that her presence is a privilege, not a given. And that is why men can't resist a woman who detaches, because while others chase, she attracts. While others grasp, she lets go. While others seek, she is. And nothing is more powerful than a woman who knows her own worth and refuses to settle for anything less.